Hi, hi, you guys. Thank you for tuning into another episode of The Love Junkie. And continuing with the last video, Anal Sex Part 1. Now I'm going to go into Anal Sex Part 2, and we're going to talk about the actual actions that need to be taken as far as making sure you're engaging in anal sex is a clean experience. Here are some tips for those of you who might be thinking about anal sex. And anal sex is not restricted to just those of the gay community. Some women like anal sex, and they are very much heterosexual with their heterosexual partners, the men who just like to explore that area of sex with their female. So here's what you need to know if you're thinking about doing that. I found that if you are planning on having anal sex, you might want to go ahead and make sure, if you know when you're going to be doing this or the day of or whatever, you may want to make sure you just don't eat that day. That's a tip. You don't have to do it that way, but it helps. It helps to know that there's nothing in your system that might accidentally come out while engaging in the anal sex activity. Yeah. Drinking a lot of water is another way to help with that. But if you are going to be eating that day, and when it gets around time for that to happen, I found that first things first, you want to make sure you go have yourself a little squat, because there's stuff that needs to come out. So the best way to try to get rid of whatever may be there is the natural way of just sitting down and trying to get it out. The next thing you want to do is you want to douche. You want to go get yourself some Fleet. I wouldn't recommend shooting Summer's Eve up in your behind. So get yourself some Fleet. Fleet will probably, most likely, definitely create the I need to shit sensation that you need to feel, so that you'll be running to the bathroom and that stuff will be coming out. Now, after you've done that, I don't think that that's it. I think you need to fill that little bottle up that Fleet comes in with some water. Make sure it's not too hot or too cold, because you don't want to have cold or hot up in your system back there. Warm. You keep filling it up with water, you keep squirting it, stick it up there, and you keep squirting that water up into your rear end until you can't squirt any more water up. And then you have yourself another squat on the toilet, and you let it all run out. And I would recommend doing that a couple of times, because what you'll find is it'll come. And I just think the best thing to do is just to keep doing it until the water that is coming out is clear. If the water is still looking murky and brown and muddy, you need to keep going. You need to continue the douching process until the water that you're seeing in the commode is clear. So that means every time that you've let go, you make sure you flush, so that the next time you let go, you can determine if the water is coming out clean or not. It's very important. Here's the other thing to remember when douching. After you've done, and now the water is coming out clear or whatever, don't think you could just hop off the toilet and hop onto it. You need to also give yourself some time to let all of the extra water that's up there come out. Because here's what will happen. If you go ahead if you go ahead and you just hop right off the commode and hop right onto you know what, and you're doing your thing, what might happen is you're going to have a little leakage, and it might come out a certain color or whatever, or it just might come, you might just have all this water. Now you didn't paint him, but you squirted him or whatever, and it's not it's kind of embarrassing. It's very It's not a very comfortable feeling. So give yourself some time to let all that excess water come out. That's my recommendation for you. Okay? This goes out to bottoms, those who are gay and, like it on the bottom. This goes out to women who like anal sex. This is good. It's just good to know. Okay? So, douche. Clean it out. Make sure you have yourself a little squat. Another thing that's really disgusting, people, I don't understand how you can be trying to engage in anal sex knowing full well you have to take a dump and not go take the dump and just go hop on somebody's stuff. It's not cute, and you can always tell when that's. I mean, you know what it feels like to have to go to the bathroom, to have to go and do a number two. So if you feel like you have a number two, you already know you have no business hopping on some man's, hopping on it. Go and have yourself a squat, and then after you've done that, go ahead and have your, and make sure you clean out. And here's another thing. After you've cleaned out, don't think you can now just go hop on it. You need to go and either hop in the shower or go grab yourself some wet wipes. Don't carry your soiled, nasty, brown, doo-doo-y ass over to someone after you just had yourself a shit and juiced. Now you still need to go and wipe your ass. And I'm not talking about just wipe your ass with some dry tissue or paper towel. You need to wet bad boy, okay? Wet it. Or go and shower and clean it out and stick the finger up there and get it clean. Okay, because that's just nasty. You don't take your freshly doo-doo-y ass over to someone for play. So anyway, thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Love Junkie. There's one more video like this coming called Anal Sex Part 3. Because, these videos can get a little long, and I couldn't upload this whole segment in its entirety I had to go ahead and break it down. Alright, so until next time, thank you.